Yes, hello. All right. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. Let me hope each and everyone is doing okay. Yes, hello. Microphone check. I don't know. Try to give me your feedback if my sound is clear. Try to give me your feedback. Let me hope my network is clear. Red K sound clear. How are you, Papa? Red K, Niche the dictionary. If we are here today, indeed, God is great. That's what I can say. God is great. God is great. And we should always be thankful. And we should always be appreciative to God. How has been your last week? For your request, just put it in the comment section. I reply honestly. I will honestly reply. But as we go, also network is clear. That's good. Actually, I thought that my network might be still because I changed the service provider. I'm using Savannah. I'm using Savannah because it's been disturbing me. So I don't know. I don't know. Let me first share to these guys. Let me first share to these guys on WhatsApp and other platforms such that I can join. Okay. Just put in your request in the comment section. Now I can share the link to these guys such that they get a clear image and a clear preview. I'm looking for a clear preview. Just do me something. You put in your request in the comment section. That's all. As we proceed, how do you want me to analyze for you? Which pairs like me to analyze? That's what am I interested in the comment section. You can also discuss with us. What's your analysis or what's your take on the week ahead? What's your take on the week ahead? Because Trump, our friend Trump, and actually most people are talking that Trump is going to lose what. Just remember that and just put it in your mind that USA has a greater leverage against the Chinese Republic. Let me share this link to Tandike. Moment. Okay. Already case says gold. It's okay. I'm going to analyze gold. Don't worry. I'm going to analyze gold. Kale. Okay, I don't know who is around. Most of you haven't commented. I'm seeing Niche the Dictionary and Ready K. Hope you're good. Greetings to you guys. And let me hope you're all doing well. So let's proceed. And okay, tutandike ndowooza. As usual, we are going to first start with the economic calendar. We first see how the calendar is going to take us and what is there for us. Economic calendar. I couldn't analyze for the whole week according to where I was. Where I was somehow I can't say, but I couldn't analyze. So since we are here today, let's take this great opportunity to thank God for the gift of life we are having and everything, as you know. So this is Monday. Monday, you can see that China is having a lot of news. China, Alvin right here. Alvin, Senyo, how are you, Papa? That's good. Thanks that you have already come. Actually, uh, next week, April, this week. Okay. Now, Monday, what are we having on Monday? You can see that China, this Sunday, it has over dominated the news. China, and still, you can see that China, new loans, M2 money, stock, actually, Chinese stocks, they tumbled. But remember, China right now is the strongest economy in the world. And actually, according to what's really going on, analysts say that according to China's GDP, it's just only affected 2% just because of Trump's tariffs. Now, this is what China did. China used Vietnam and Cambodia as their alternative countries to bypass the what? The American tariffs. And you might don't be like don't be there and just wonder why China is developing. Its GDP is just increasing within this year because if the year starts like this, after like at the start of the second quarter, you just experience these things. Tariffs, what? Honestly, it will affect the economy. But you can say that China right now, according to how it's operating, everything is moving kawa. Ask yourself, why isn't China backing down? Why isn't China doing what? Backing down. Everything is just going to be a blunder to the American people. Just wait and see. So what's Monday? What are we having on Monday? Monday, all the news on China and the USA. What are we having on Tuesday? Actually, tomorrow it's not going to be a high volatility day, but on Tuesday, let's see. America actually forms Federal Reserve. These guys will be speaking forms. So on Tuesday, what are we having? On Tuesday, the European Union boss will be speaking. Lagarde will be speaking on Tuesday. Chinese GDP year over year. Thank you. From the first quarter, you're going to see that the first quarter, China performed really well. China performed really well, and we are waiting for the second quarter forecast. But according to what I'm seeing, the second quarter forecast, China is somehow affected. I don't expect that China is going to be affected because in most cases, when China is experiencing these tariffs, they're just going to be affecting what? They're just going to be, what is mom saying? These tariffs are just affecting the other countries, not China. The countries which China is always dealing with. Yes, mama. Uh, TVBC. Kale nja kamalirize nkukubira ebyendikola. Amalirize ebyendikola nkukubire. Kale. Sorry members, sorry. But the sigaana kupikinga simu ya mama wange. However much I'm doing what? That's me. Now, GDP, actually, most countries which have been trading with China, they are the ones which are getting affected. Right? Remember, China has been buying a lot of gold at a pace which is unimaginable. Likewise to North Korea, Russia, and Iran secretly. But this gold, they weren't making it official. They were just buying it on black market and separately. Okay. Now, if you look at how markets are going to move, markets are going to tumble. They are not going to be perfect still this coming week. I'm seeing GBP. We're having CPI, the Great British Pound. We got CPI. What's the take? Of course, if this forecast, actually previous was 2.8, and they are saying that the forecast has reduced CPI. Of course, this forecast is correct because most people, actually, tariffs are affecting the whole economy, like the whole world. Even these European guys are coming up with an idea of even abandoning or giving, putting 100% levy on all American goods. Just that when abasajja America yebafuga. But don't think that the economy will be performing well when all those tariffs are in play. And I told you, CPI is the final buyer. If the economy is not doing well, of course, you know what's the outcomes. Still, CPI on euro, when, at what time? This one will be there at 1, 2, will be there at 2. London session, London time, and this one will be there at 5. London session. As I told you, my hour, like here, my time frames, you always just add 1 hour. Add 1 hour. Okay? Just add 1 hour on the chart. Everything will be kawa. Members, like the live, share the live. Now, what next? What are we having on Tuesday still? Retail sales. Retail sales. Actually, these ones are going to be high. Actually, as you can see, why did I say that these ones are going to be high? Because most people are selling off most of their things. Most people are selling off a lot of things in the American economy. Why? Because of the tariffs. You can see that even Elon Musk bought operation. They opened up a Tesla showroom in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. He decided to put away all the differences. Why? Europe is not performing well on the side of this young man, like on Elon Musk's side. Actually, SpaceX, Tesla, SpaceX, and some other things, some of his companies. So the guy is not performing well. So he decided to shift his market balance. Okay. Now you can see that retail sales. What's the forecast? Like previous, they were low, but actually their forecast is really high to 1.4. Why are retail sales increasing? Because most people are yearning for the remaining resources or for the remaining products. Why? They're preparing their homes for what's really coming. It's a real tsunami. Because if China starts, or it stops supplying European markets with its good. Likewise to Russia, because even this dude, Trump, actually he added another year of sanctions again on Russia. So don't expect that things are going to be all okay for the European, for the American economy. This guy is fighting for Greenlands. Actually, he's fighting a lot of wars. So apart from trade wars. So don't think that America, actually the American economy is still going down. Now let's look at crude oil inventories, previous 2.553 million. So actually, they didn't even give us the forecast, but actually, we shall just do it in a technical way. We shall analyze its technical way. Actually, Powell will be speaking. Let me see. On Wednesday. Nakagawa will be speaking for the Bank of Japan. Unemployment rate in the Australia. Yeah, this is Australia. What else? We got CPI in New Zealand on Thursday, holiday in Sweden. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index. You'll have to look at it. Look at this report, but Fed Manufacturing Index, because actually Fed is like URI. It's like URI. I've watched for it. It's a general body. Here you might find that URI again was subdivided, but if their whole focus is on Philadelphia, so we don't only look at Philadelphia, but we look at the general states, because you look at actually you will get the statistics for Philadelphia. Image view is poor. Is it still poor? Is it still poor? Zoom in, Papa. Zoom in. The one in on bunch tower. Zoom in and see. So they'll have to compare it with other states. Of course, ECB deposit facility rate in the euro, ECB rate decision. Actually, next week, we are looking at China and Europe in action against China. In action, I mean against USA. So we have to put a very, very, very keen eye. Now, actually, their forecast is these guys might reduce almost 65 to 40, 20 basis points, 25 basis points. It's their forecast. Why? Now, why are they reducing on the interest rates? They want to boost the European economy. There is no inflation. People lack money. They want to reduce on the rate such that people can borrow money from the bank. Okay? From the bank. What next on Friday? In most countries I'm seeing already, almost the whole Europe, already. Actually, it's going to be a fruitful Friday. It's going to be a fruitful Friday. Now, currency, strength meter. You can see that CAD has been going up, CHF up, Euro, GBP, JPY, but the American economy is not doing all that good. Okay? The American economy is not doing all that good, as you can see here. It's not doing all that good. But next, what should we start with? Just want us to look at the DXY first. This is the dollar index, and this is 15 minutes time frame. can see that it even violated the levels where I had forecasted. Just that the whole of last week, I think this was my when did I last trade? Was it on Thursday or Wednesday last week? This was a buying level. It was respected, but later the market disrespected it, went below it. Why? There's some good liquidity, and I think they picked some good liquidity. They reached this level. This is a strong level. So the market is trying to reverse. As you can see, this is a 5 minutes time frame. That's a 5 minutes time frame. That's a 5 minutes time frame. Oh, multi. That's a 5 minutes time frame. Now, I just want us to start with Euro USD. Hope my image is clear, and likewise to my sound. First, give me your feedback before we proceed. I'm waiting for your reply in the comment section. I just want to see whether I'm clear. Then we proceed. Are you getting me clearly from where you are? Clear, king of the spy anons. Let's proceed now. This is Euro USD. You can see that the whole thing evolves on Euro, Europe, and China. All the troubles in the market, they are evolving on Europe and China. As you can see right now, this is, remember, 5 minutes time frame. Actually, I always like analyzing Euro USD on 15 minutes time frame. You can see that actually last week when I was going, I talked about this more. It was really unnecessary. And this spike in the market, ever much I might say that it was really unnecessary, but the issue was the market overreacted these tariffs to the Chinese tariffs, and actually the general tariffs, because America almost gave, yes, we're getting you, okay, press tariffs on each and every country. And actually, if you're to see, this thing is just so strengthening the European economy. They are just strengthening the European economy. Now, apart from the fundamental analysis, if you're to see that if the dollar is just weakening against the European economy, what next? Now, when these guys are reducing on their interest rates, they're expecting a reduction of 25 basis points. Now, you think that inflation is a lot in the European economy? People are having money. Because if people had money and there was inflation, these guys, their forecast could be adding on more 25 basis points such that they can make it somehow hard for people to access loans. Why? Because of the high interests. But right now, they are just reducing. Okay? They just reduce on the rates. Why? They want people to take more money. And the whole trick behind is the European economy, it just wants to boost its economy, like to boost its economy. And you might find that we might start next week. Okay, let me look at this weekly time frame. Now, you might find that we might start next week as we are just proceeding up, when the market is just going up. And if you are to wait, or if you are to, you're going to see the day for that decision, you see that the market will go up. Unless things change within this day, 2 days before, or prior to the day. for the interest rates. Now let's look at actually tugendeko ku hourly ndabe sibadde ku analysis wanja. That was a selling level, but they broke above it. They had to buy. They had to buy. This is a hourly time frame. That's a hourly time frame. Now, right now, one actually this market, now this is how I'm going to analyze it today. I just want you to look at these two spots, this level. You can see what has really happened at those two levels. And now this is a swing what? That's a swing high. Now the market, it crossed this level. It did what? It crossed this level. Now, if the market exceeds this level, what should we expect? If it exceeds this level, we should expect a buy on the retest at this level. But the moment we fail and this market, it goes below this level, we expect a retest to make a lower low. Where up to which levels you might say that we might come back up to these levels. For more buys. Understand? Now view is clear, but my network is slow. I'm kind of behind before you. It's okay. It's okay as long as you're getting all you're picking up. Okay? As long as you're getting it clearly and you're picking it up. Now, this is it purpose. Why should we anticipate on a GBPUSD? GBPUSD. GBPUSD. Now, this was a buying level. That was a buying level. But actually, the market didn't respect. What happened? It failed to hold. The market went above it. Now, and if you're to see, this market is moving impulsively. It's not giving advantage to these young, like to people to buy. Actually, the only spot where I can spot a buying opportunity, it was only that level. And likewise to this. That's another area where the market gave us that advantage for buys. Let me take some water. Oh. What next now? This was a swing high. Use the same concept I explained on Euro USD. Now let's look at Xauusd. That's gold. That's gold. This is a 15 minutes time frame, and if you see, this is a weekly what? This is a weekly a daily chart. But if you're to be remembering, if you're to remember which level was this was 3,000. But if you're to remember, actually this all saga happened when I wasn't around. I think it was last week. I told you this was a strong level, but apart from that, I told you that our market is shifting. To get strong buys, it's coming to 2,900. The target was 300 to this level. So all this drama happened when the market was just transitioning, aiming for strong buy. Now look at how this market opened on Friday. That gap. That's a Friday gap. That's what really happened on Friday. That is what happened on Friday. Now, what is your anticipation for the Monday? Now, Mondays are always funny. And that's why I'm just going to go direct on 15 minutes, 5 minutes time frame. You can say that the market has been building volume while going to the upper side. It has been building volume while going to the upper side. It wasn't all that indecisive, but it has been kicking a lot of people out because of little capital. Because of what? Because of little capital. That's what has been kicking people out of the market. Now, the issue is, how are you going to generate your capital? It's up to you. It's up to you. Now, this was a strong resistance level and a strong buying level. Overput a lot of eyes. I told you the target is this level. 330. Musoka mulindeko nsoke ndabeko wano katono. Ndabeko wano katono. Okay. Now, actually, if you're to be analyzing, let's go on a hourly chart. If you have been analyzing this market with me, we are going to expect a strong retest or a slight retest to this level. But consider, because this is the all-time high currently, this was the closure. This was last week's closure, and it was the all-time high, 3245. But I give you the target, it's 3300. That's the target. If the market reaches this level, this is where we are going to start again planning for some other what? For some other things to come. So let's eye these two levels for retests as we proceed. Now let's look at the BTC, USD. Members, before we proceed, I want to inform you that we postponed our boot camp. So check on the dates, 23 and 27. Because why? Most people will be available. Most people will be done with the holidays. There are big days. So I hope everyone will be around. So just book, continue booking. And to those ones who had booked, thank you. And your presence, it's always recognized in Trader Hub, whether here on YouTube or on WhatsApp. Mbagala nnyo mukimanyi ekyo. Mwe abamakinga kikyendi with my other guys abanyambako, such that I can deliver each and everything to you in time. That's cool. So now, actually, where right now BTC is, I don't expect it to exceed these levels. To those ones who are going to be trading it, mumutunulireko nnyo, simusuubira kuyitako yo level, simusuubira kugisukako. But another alternative is, and if it exceeds, the moment it exceeds, of course, where is it? This was the level. That was the level. It was a selling level. So if we were to expect it or if you were to get a retest below that level or above, actually below it, we just get a retest minus breaking above it. But if you can scalp from this level to this level. Those ones who can withstand the pressure. Those ones who can withstand the pressure, you can scalp. You can scalp. You can see. You can see. So if it fails, you can. I just know. These are buying levels, and the moment you break below them, retest, expect a decline. Expect a decline. But break above them, retest, expect a momentum move. Momentum move. Momentum move. So that's it. And that's how things are. And according to what I'm seeing, it's buying. It's buying. I don't know where some other guys were on who had entered at this level. That could be enough for you. Let's look at the US oil. US oil. Even exceeded the levels where I had forecasted. We tested this level, sell. Break and retest this level, more buys. More buys. Let's expect that. Let's expect that. That things do what? Things do what? So, members, let's look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq is somehow in this ICU. That's an I think it can work for you better. That knowledge can work for you better. It can. It can. And actually, members, now you see the way I always analyze my markets. That's electronics. How are you, Papa? You see the way I analyze my markets. Now, when we are in the boot camp, we are going to see like now, this is the secret. Listen and listen carefully. Now, this how profitable traders do it. Let's say like trend lines. He gets trend lines. He does Fibonacci. And let me say another concept. Another concept. Now, you have been with me. Now, Chineno, actually, kunokulinga kubabbira. Mbadde Chineno njagala bino bibadde byaba bagenda okubeera mu bootcamp now. No, this is it. This is what this guy does. And this is what you should do if you can. But he needs experience. It took me years and months to master this thing. Now, Allah Akbar. If you can see that these are your trend lines, you get your Fibonacci and another concept, you can be profitable. But where the problem comes from is incorporating them together. Now, and you can select, you can see that which level, which date, and day. Time, date, and day. It also matters in trading because the wali concept, every concept is correct, but it depends on what is the date, time, and day. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been there that every Feb, every April, every March, we get special days? But for someone, actually, most mentors don't tell their students those things. They don't do. Nebyo bakosanga ebyo bakasente. Anve ne mu Luganda, mu Luzungu. Bye bakasente. So kati nawe olina kwefaako bwefi. Nze aliya edda nga nakatandikanga nga kale nali ngizeeyizeemu ate nga nange ngamba nti I want to be mentor people in Forex biki nga ntunda information ey'amaanyi nga njiguza abantu. There is a guy called Hema. There is a guy called Hema. Yafunamu nnyo. Ati no. Members, teri agenda kujja kukwata ku mukono. It's you. Kino nkikugambye. It's you. Webale nnyo okubeera ku Trader Hub is what I can say. Naye Btcusd eno egenda deciding ebintu bingi mu bulamu bwaffe erigenda mu maaso. Btcusd egenda salawo ebintu bingi. Tuleke n'akasente ke tusasula. Omuntu omu ayinza oziraba nti sente nnyingi. But okusinziira ku kyenteekamu, singa gwe overi ne mugamba nti king of the spy anons, subscribe this amount of money to this thing, okiyige, yinza okugaana. Ne kati nze mbona nkikuweera ku kasente akatono ennyo. Sente si kye kizibu. Sente si kye kizibu. But services ze tukozesa ze zituforcinga ogamba nti sente. Naye nga mwe mukimanye nti mbaagala nnyo ate nga teri kitago. Otherwise, musule bulungi. Let's be in action tomorrow. Oba olina ekibuuzo, Alvin Wright, enkya ssaawa 5 gurupu gye wakola 6 babeereko. Ngenda kubeerawo ewaka. Ababa tradinga Euro USD, GBP USD, munoonye Alvin Wright abateekemu eyo group. Nina kyegenda obbasomesa. Be blessed.